In this video we're going to set up a very simple network for use in ArcGis, and it will be used in order to find out how people can walk or cycle down along a few different roads. We are not going to designate orientation of the road or the network, or if they could have different speeds or different costs or anything. It's simply going to be a very simple method where we're going to design and set up a network. We first start up with designing a geodatabase, and I'm going to be in this folder. I'm going to create a geodatabase that I call, now let's see if it starts. There it starts, and I'm going to call it transport. The first thing I need to do is to create a feature dataset, so that holds the information. Otherwise it will just be a sort of an empty database. I will call this school, because we're going to assign the travelling distance between schools and the pupils, and we'll keep it the projection of the Swedish reference system Swedf 99, and that will be it. We accept all the other sort of tolerances as default values. Before we can do anything, we need to import material to the to this, so we can do the network. We do that by right-clicking, choosing Import Feature Class, and we will simply sort of drag and drop the materials. And I know here that we have got in the, let me see, we've got the routes here, we've got a couple of roads, so I can drag and drop. It's simply sort of a lot of road information. And just to show that we can control the material here, we can, because I don't need any sort of material that tells me the speed or anything of the road, I can simply take away the majority of the things and keep it as that. I'm going to call it something. I'm going to call it roads, and that will be it. It's a very, very simple creation, and what you can't see because it's outside of the picture is the OK image. Let me see if I can move it so that everything's being visible. When I press OK, it is going to be imported, and this is the road segments that you could see. In the meantime, as it's being exported, well, it seems to be ready, yes, and there we go. So we've got the road system. The next step would be to create a network dataset. We're doing it on the same location. We right click on the school, we click new, we click network dataset. And here we could simply, the easiest way is actually to accept everything that comes with it. So network dataset ND, do we accept that? Can we call it school network? Yes, we can. So we're going to accept that, and the only file there is in the material is the roads, and that's the one we want to use. We don't want to model turns. We don't want to model connectivity. We don't want to use any elevation, because this is walking and cycling. It's not going to make that much of a matter, especially not here. And this means that we haven't got any time or any restrictions or any costs or anything. Length is going to be the only sort of measure that determines where they're going to commute or not. This also means that we don't have to define any travel modes. We could set up cycles and pedestrians and whatever, but we can just use these ones to say the proximity and let the users choose whatever they want to do. And we don't want to establish directions. Since we are dealing with pedestrians and cyclists, they could literally go in any direction on the road. We can also choose to build a service area directly. And then we click next and view the summary report on what they're going to create, and click finish. And this will take a little time, but when that time is ready, the material will be conducted. And please note that the new data set has been created. You would like to build it? Yes, we would like to build it. So it's created, now we build it. So we create, yes. ArcCatalog is the host for the creation of the network dataset. It is not ArcGis, it's ArcCatalog. So this is where we start the creation of the material.